There is breaking news in the world of cryptocurrency. FTX founder Sam Bankman-Freed has been found guilty in his closely watched fraud trial. The former crypto king was charged with 2 counts of fraud and 5 counts of conspiracy. Over the course of a month-long trial, prosecutors argued that Bankman-Freed stole billions of dollars from customers to back his crypto-focused hedge fund, Alameda Research. FTX declared bankruptcy a year ago, with customers racing to withdraw their funds. The collapse sent shockwaves through cryptocurrency markets. Now, with a landmark verdict, Bankman-Freed could face more than 100 years in prison. It's a stunning turn of events for the former CEO of cryptocurrency exchange FTX, who at one point was a prominent figure in the crypto world. This verdict represents a significant moment for the cryptocurrency community, and it raises important questions about the industry's future. But before we delve into the implications of this trial, let's take a closer look at how the case unfolded. The jury, comprised of 12 members, deliberated for just about 4.5 hours before reaching a unanimous decision on all 7 charges. This remarkably swift decision was largely attributed to the prosecution's effective presentation of the case. They made it comprehensible to the jury by framing it as a straightforward case of fraud and theft, without requiring a deep understanding of cryptocurrency intricacies. Essentially, the message was that stealing is stealing, whether it's in the world of traditional finance or cryptocurrency. If you have been following this trial closely, you might be wondering why it was so easy for the jury to convict Bankman-Freed on all counts. One crucial factor was his decision to take the stand in his own defense. This was a risky move, as it exposed him to cross-examination by the prosecution. While he held up reasonably well during his own team's questioning, things took a turn for the worse when the prosecution began their cross-examination. Bankman-Freed's demeanor shifted under cross-examination, and it became apparent to the jury that he couldn't remember important details, conversations, or even the allegations against him. The prosecution used his own words against him, highlighting contradictions between his testimony and previous statements he had made to the press, investors, and the public. This undermined his credibility and made it seem as though he was not telling the truth. The jury's verdict made it clear that they saw through Bankman-Freed's attempts to downplay his involvement in the alleged fraud. His defense argued that he was overwhelmed and had made mistakes in good faith, but the jury was not convinced. They believed that he had knowingly misused customer funds, and they saw it as a case of fraud and theft. Bankman-Freed's proclivity for thinking he could talk his way out of any situation ultimately worked against him. His own words, both in his testimony and in the public domain, were used to build a case against him. The prosecution presented evidence that he had access to billions of dollars of other people's money and used it for various purposes, including buying a multi-million-dollar home in the Bahamas, making political donations, and financing his lavish lifestyle. Following the jury's verdict, Bankman-Freed's parents, who were present in the courtroom, displayed a mix of devastation and shock. His father's head fell into his hands, while his mother comforted him. Meanwhile, Bankman-Freed himself appeared emotionless as he learned of his fate. This verdict signifies a major fall from grace for a man who was once a prominent figure in the cryptocurrency world. Now, you might be wondering about the potential implications of this case for the broader cryptocurrency industry. It's crucial to recognize that the core of this case was not about how cryptocurrency works but about fraud and theft. Bankman-Freed's actions involved moving funds from one entity to another for personal gain, which is a clear violation of the law. This trial serves as a warning to any individuals or entities involved in the cryptocurrency space. It emphasizes that fraud and illicit activities will not go unpunished, regardless of the complexity of the financial instruments or technology involved. It also sends a message that regulators and law enforcement agencies are actively pursuing cases of fraud within the crypto industry. Now, let's hear from everyday Americans. If you have any thoughts or comments on this case and its implications for the cryptocurrency community, please leave them in the comments above. The swift and unanimous verdict in this case is a testament to the strength of the evidence presented by the prosecution. It's clear that Bankman-Fried's decision to take the stand and his subsequent inability to provide convincing answers played a significant role in his conviction. While cryptocurrency can be a complex and evolving field, this case reminds us that the law applies to everyone, and fraud will not be tolerated. This case is also a reminder of the need for transparency and accountability in the cryptocurrency industry. Investors and users of cryptocurrency platforms must be vigilant and conduct due diligence to protect their assets. The collapse of FTX and the subsequent legal proceedings have highlighted the risks that can exist in this space. In conclusion, the guilty verdict in the Sam Bankman-Fried trial is a significant moment for the cryptocurrency community. It serves as a warning to those who might consider engaging in fraudulent activities within the industry. It also underscores the importance of adhering to the law and maintaining ethical standards, regardless of the sector in which one operates.
Before you go, help us by smashing that YouTube like button. And subscribe to this channel, so you won't miss any of our videos. This shows YouTube algorithm that you value our information. And it helps us spread the message. Sharing is caring.